All right, Coach, first up is Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic, followed by Brendan Clean.
Yes, Coach. Obviously, a huge win, four, and there was 4 out of 5, and that 5 out of 7. Just speak to down the stretch with Chris, obviously, making shots, and then you challenging the foul on Bridges that led to a jump ball that led to Paul getting that shot.
Well, Chris, as I told you guys before, he's a leader on the floor, not afraid to take those shots. And it's an asset for us to be able to give the ball to him, and so they can't key on Devin as much as they normally would. And him being able to knock down shots, but again, the ability and will to take those shots is huge for us. And then the challenge, he and I were just kind of going back and forth, and I was thinking about my timeouts because you don't want to lose your timeouts, and usually fouls aren't overturned. And we got eye contact, and he's like, "Coach, why not?" I said, "All right, let's go for it." And that's how it happened. And so it's just he's an asset to our team in many ways, and that kind of gave us a bit of a swing there to win the jump ball, and then to get some points out of it and take points off of their board really helped us win the game.
And to follow up, Coach, like I said, to get 4 out of 5, but then to win the way you guys won tonight, up 16, and then a little lull there into the third, and all of a sudden becomes a game again. Just speak to that.
We had 5 turnovers in a row, I believe. I haven't, seen the film, but I think it was 5 in a row. That's just really poor. But we bounced back. The level of resiliency to go through that and go into the fourth quarter, and we didn't score a ton in the fourth, but we scored enough to win, and we got enough stops to win the game. It's a huge trip for us to go to Utah and then Denver, 2 playoff teams, and then win these games the way that we've won them. Says a lot about the resiliency of our team.
Next is Brendan Clean with Bright Side of the Sun, followed by Kellen Olson.
Hey, Coach, I know thinking back to last year, even that closing quarters is big for you. What was Denver doing that was making it tough for you guys to close out when you did get the lead up to 10, 15 points to keep it, and they were kind of fighting back that way?
Yeah, they gave us some different coverages and pick and roll tonight. Sometimes they played up in a blitz. There were a few times they played back. I didn't think we handled it well, especially early in the game. Then we started to kick it out of the blitz quickly. There was one time where we kicked it out of the blitz, hit Jay, and Jay hit DA for a duck in and one. That's when I felt like we were starting to get a read on it. But their pressure on the ball kind of took us out of rhythm a little bit. They were denying us in our secondary offense, and so we didn't go to our counters well. And so we went to our pick and roll game, and it generated a little bit of offense, but the ball didn't move as much as I would like. But I expected a little bit of that off of a back-to-back in the altitude, Utah-Denver. That's a tough back-to-back. So I'm not surprised by what I saw. I'm just glad we got the win.
And then just one more for you. There was that stretch in the third quarter where DA it looked like or in the beginning of the fourth, I'm sorry, where it looked like he was pretty tired after a big stretch of uninterrupted play there. And I think you called the timeout after a while, but how big was it to see him fight through that and beyond? He was, I think, one of the only starters on the floor during that time to kind of get you guys where you needed to go.
Yeah, it's a huge deal for us, for him to be able to play those kinds of minutes, especially with us not having Dario and Frank still getting acclimated to some of the nuances that we've added. To get 5 fouls on Jokic, that was a big bonus for us, was getting him out of the game. But DA's stamina tonight and his ability to really rule the paint in moments was huge for us. He was a bit of an anchor on both ends of the floor. He's 22 and 11. That's a big night for him.
Next is Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports, followed by Nicole Jarena.
Coach, second game of a challenging back-to-back, but physically you guys got to the line a lot still, 19 of 21 there too. What'd you think of your team's physicality overall and willingness to get in there despite the circumstances?
Well, I mean, you have to be able to get to the free throw line so you can set your defense. I thought that there was times where, we kind of got caught up in the no calls a little bit. Denver plays a physical style of basketball. They've lost some guys that were really physical, but they still play the same style. And so there were chippy calls tonight. We had the same thing last night. I think our guys are learning how to keep their composure, but also have an edge when they're going through those moments. So it's just a growth moment for us. But I can't reiterate enough. We just have to be better than we were at the end of that third quarter. To have 5 turnovers like that really gave them momentum and changed the game.
All right, Coach, final 2 questions are Nicole Jarina from Puerto Rico and then Dwayne Rankin.
Hi, Coach. In close games like tonight, how much hurt to the confidence of the team have guys like Chris Paul who can maintain the car and close the game successful?
Yeah, I think the one thing about our team is they've seen Chris do this before. And so when we put the ball in his hands, they know what he's trying to do, and to a degree, they know what to expect. So I don't think it's something that we're not familiar with. I just think we're building experiences together, and I think he and Devin are going to have some synergy as we go forward. But Chris has done it over the course of his career. He's not afraid to make plays at the end of the game. He's not afraid to take those shots. And there was one play where we had a lull in a change of possession, and we didn't get back, and Jokic threw it down the floor, and Chris was able to go down there and get a hand on the ball. Like, those are the plays that he makes on top of having the ball in end-of-game situations that help you win games.
Final question is Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic.
Yeah, Coach, obviously go back home and don't get any easier. You got the Clippers, and then you have the Raptors, and then a 3-game road trip out east. Just speak to just that constant challenge of now guys have established who they are and what they can, how they can play, and then trying to continue that against really good teams.
Well, there's no nights off in the league anymore. There used to be a time where if you were a really good team, you looked at the schedule and you naturally would pencil in certain wins if you were really, really good, like the Spurs or Golden State from back in the day or here recently. But you can't do that anymore. So every day is important. We got to get on the plane and get rested up. We'll have a day off tomorrow, and then we'll come into the gym and get ready to play another contender, and we're going to find out who we are as we play all these tough teams. But I like our chances. I like, how hard we play. I like our resiliency like we showed tonight, but we're going to take it one day at a time. The league is tough, and there's no nights off.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Yeah.